When the Bleach manga was first published in 2001 within Japan, it became one of the first of the 21st century to become a truly popular manga, although its later original anime adaptation became just as popular throughout Japan. The resulting circumstances of Tite Kubo's Bleach on Shonen Jump officials held the ending, or even endings, with later interpretations for Bleach to be infamous. But the speculative scenario is this: Tite Kubo's simplistic yet original ending for Bleach. Throughout the original era of Bleach, Tite Kubo had a reasonable amount of control with the intellectual property of Bleach, and his visions for the manga were acceptable by Shonen Jump. Due to circumstances, his health later began to decline slightly due to the massive work details he had to constantly do. These factors, combined with the increased popularity for Bleach, helped Shonen Jump to increase focus on the Bleach property for international markets, and to naturally emphasize the original Japanimation of the time. This was during the Soul Society arc, and from information now known, conflicting sources had Bleach to be a relatively short manga, with Tite Kubo wanting the series to end after Aizen's defeat. Shonen Jump later pressured him to continue the story, even though from the actual story there was technically nothing that could be done without changing aspects to the lore or the original story of Bleach. The Fullbringer arc was the period where Tite Kubo experienced his worst tensions with Shonen Jump. Opinions later held that was why the particular arc was so rushed, and the content depicted was so inconsistent. As for the Soul Society arc, Ichigo had lost his powers as a Soul Reaper due to the series being concluded, and as a result, with the controversial circumstances in the Fullbringer arc was where he had reacquired his powers once more. With the conclusion of the Fullbringer arc, the original series ended once more, and Tite Kubo's situation with Shonen Jump became news throughout Japan and across the manga reading world. Debates about manga writer rights were discussed throughout the Japanese internet, and boycotts against Shonen Jump related products or merchandise were considered throughout the English reading world. The reputation of Shonen Jump suffered for a period of time before circumstances had Tite Kubo returned to finish the Bleach manga in a more fitting way with the 1,000-Year Blood War. The Blood War was equally controversial due to how it started and once again how it ended, much like Tite Kubo's prior endings to Bleach. The anime adaptation to the Blood War was also done at a different time when in comparison to the manga, and aspects from the Japanimation were technically different to the manga in certain instances, so these claims of inconsistencies and errors, with Tite Kubo making public statements that he was quote-unquote satisfied with how the Blood War ended in manga and later on with the anime, but private sentiments had it that he was ashamed at how everything concluded.